Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's Chris Guynn or TwoSpeed here, and today we're going to talk about underquilt protectors and ones that I can make for you at TwoSpeedHammocks. This underquilt protector is the one for a full length underquilt. This one is made out of Argyle 90. This is the standard material that they make lots of underquilt protectors out of. And some of the features of this underquilt protector are it has shock cord on each ends. You can see my finger, the shock cord, and where the shock cord attaches is up on your carabiner where your normal underquilt suspension attaches. This underquilt is the Hammock Gear 3/4 Phoenix, and so this Argyle 90 will be like this. And like all other underquilt protectors, it has a cord lock in the middle, and that's for tensioning the cord lock. And these underquilt protectors are really good for keeping any kind of splashback that hits the ground from hitting your quilt, and they add a little bit of marginal wind protection. This material is wind resistant, and so it makes you a little bit warmer in your, say, for instance, 20-degree underquilt. That's what that one is. People seem to really like these underquilt protectors. Now it's made out of Argyle 90. It could be made for a full-length underquilt. And when I come back, I'm going to show you a special underquilt protector I made out of Argyle 49 to be ultra light, and it's also for the 3/4 underquilt. I'll be right back. Alright guys, before we get into the video, just wanted to remind you to like and subscribe to my video. You'll see more of my videos and more TwoSpeedHammocks products coming out, and remind you to stick around to the end of this video because there's a little bonus. I'll tell you how to make the ultra light underquilt protector. Alright guys, and now we're back with an underquilt protector I made out of Argyle 49, which is the lightest type of material I thought that we may be able to make underquilt protectors out of. And as you can see, here's the light material. It's made for a 3/4 underquilt. It just fits the Hammock Gear 3/4 quilt, and it has shock cord on the end, and the shock cord goes up to how you attach your underquilt to your hammock. And the other feature it has is in the middle of the quilt, it has these two cinch things, so you can let them go and get a little bit more wiggle, or you can tension it up. And it does a little bit better job holding the protector on the quilt without mushing it down. Go around to the other side. You can see the quilt fits just in there. And here's the other side. It has a similar little anchors and shock cord. And you can actually adjust those. I'll get in the hammock and show you. You can actually adjust the tension on the underquilt protector from the hammock. So let's get in the hammock. And as you guys can tell now, I can't really see the underquilt protector. The other side over there you can see pretty well. So what you do, of course, slide your underquilt to where it's covering you. Right now it is. So get in your underquilt and get your protector, pull it up a little bit, and you can tension it just a hair more to make sure it stays up on your quilt. And like I said, underquilt protector is good, protecting any splash from the ground, splash back from any kind of areas under your super small tarp from getting under quilt. And they add a little bit of marginal windbreak and a little bit of warmth. And a lot of people like them for protecting their quilt from rain and splashback from the ground, especially if you camp on a really hard surface. The water can bounce back up and pretty much soak your underquilt. It's a lot easier if you have an underquilt protector to just take the underquilt protector, if it gets wet, put it in the back of your pack, than it is to deal with wet down. And that's an underquilt protector from TwoSpeedHammocks if you need it. Alright, we're going to talk about the ultralight underquilt protector I made for TwoSpeedHammocks, and I got it laying out right here. And so the first thing that you want to do is cut it to the length of your underquilt, maybe a little bit more, so you can roll the channels. And so that's the first thing you do, is remove the little areas on the edge of the quilt that have the little dots in them from where they made the fabric. Cut those off and cut it to length. And the first step of what you want to do is to put your channel, and this is kind of what I would say the end that's going on the side of your underquilt, not the end of your underquilt. And put your channel here where my finger is. I'll zoom in on it. This channel is about 3/4 to an inch, and where I put the tensioning channels is a third of the length. It's the middle third, and that wound up working pretty well on these. And so the first step is to just roll him the channel, whatever length you decide you want, and you put your shock cord in there. This is actually two separate pieces of shock cord that I tied together, you can see with my hand. And at the end of it, you have to figure out some way to anchor your shock cord, so when you pull in, it'll be able to tension it, but you won't rip this material. And so there's a little anchor in there that I put in there. You don't want to anchor it straight to the material because this material is really thin. It would probably rip pretty easy. So after you do that on both sides, you're able to come in here, take this mini cord lock, got these, and when you pull on it, it tensions it up, and that keeps it tensioned like you'll see, like you saw earlier on in the video. And then when you're done, you let the cord lock out, and it lets the full length of it back out. And that's how it works on both sides. And so you do both sides like that, and then you do the ends. And the ends, this would be the end of your underquilt, the end that goes on that. And so both ends are just rolled hem, and you put your shock cord in there and you just make a loop. And this loop, if this is the head end or the foot end, this loop will just go into the carabiner that you use to attach your underquilt. This is a hammock gear one. Just goes right in there. You can adjust it as needed, be able to hang the quilt as needed. And this is how I made the ultralight underquilt protector. This one comes in at under 2 ounces, and it's made out of argon 49 burnt orange. And you can buy that from Dutchware Gear if you want to make one for yourself. Thanks for watching.